Hello, my name is Chris Richardson. I'm the digital sales controller here at Stratstone Jaguar Land Rover in Stockton. I just want to take some time to introduce this absolutely gorgeous example of the new refreshed, redesigned Jaguar XF. Now this particular one is the R-Dynamic SE. Okay, so I'll talk a little bit about what that means to the styling of this car, the features it has inside and outside, and hopefully help you get to know it a bit more, because the XF is a beautiful car, and I think this is a gorgeous example. All right, so starting off at the front, you can see in terms of its styling, it's really got that mean stance to it. Now there's a few different styling cues that Jaguar have done to achieve that. So starting with these gorgeous side vents at the side there, so they've elongated them and brought them down lower than the outgoing model to give that overall impression of extra width, really. But when you combine it with the super slim LED headlights, it gives it a real sort of almost like a mean stance. It looks absolutely beautiful, especially with this gloss black surround, which leads the eye over to the absolute party piece at the front there, and that's this grille. It's absolutely stunning with the big Jaguar brand in there. We've got the gloss black pieces and the gloss black surround on there with the R-Dynamic badging. Now, as we get up close to it, you'll notice this does have a little camera at the front there, which I will talk about in a bit more detail, because there's cameras all around this car. And then again at the front, we've got this beautiful gloss black trim just to finish off that front end. So it's a beautiful car from the front. But let's take a look around the side of it. So you can see that gloss black contrasting trim with the coupe silver paint is carried on throughout the side of the car, and it looks absolutely beautiful. So we're going to start with the alloy wheels there. Look at these, they're absolutely gorgeous. 20-inch multi-spoke gloss black alloys with that bright red Jaguar growler on there. It's a beautiful car. It fills the arches really well. Now you'll notice the wraparound headlights lead the eye to the wheels, which is then carried on through this gloss black vent with the gloss black leaper on it, and then it sort of comes along to this beautiful side step. Now you'll notice it does get slightly bigger as it goes towards the back of the car, so it gives it that impression that the car's getting wider at the back end. It gives it almost like a mean sort of stance, really. This car does have the privacy glass on it, which contrasts really well between the paint and the trim there. So from a side profile point of view, it's absolutely beautiful. Now again, some of those cameras, we've got another little cheeky camera there hidden in the mirror, okay? And then as we get towards the back of the car, Jaguar's wraparound headlights is mirrored with the tail lights as well. So you'll notice there we've got those absolutely beautiful LED signature tail lights there. Let's just give them a bit of a flash there. So you can see we've got this signature accents there, so it's almost impossible to not spot. It's a beautiful Jaguar, really. Now the silver and black contrast, it's carried on through at the back. This one has the black pack, so we've got the black Jaguar branding, the black leaper, we've got this gorgeous trim which does go throughout the lights as well, and it's carried on through the indicator repeater there, so it gives it that sort of horizontal widened stance, which is replicated with this beautiful rear splitter there. So we've got the coupe silver section here and the gloss black trim that runs throughout it. So in terms of the rear end, it's a really gorgeous looking car, and you see we've got the black XF branding on there from the black pack. Now we'll take a look inside the boot. You can see there, look at that, look at all that space. It goes back, it feels like it goes back for miles. This is absolutely brilliant amount of space, but they've been really clever, because you can see at the side they're cutting into every single bit of space that they can do to try and make the most of it. We've got lots of hooks concealed within the car. We've got anchor points either side, here and here. And then one clever feature that they've done in the boot as well, a little toggle to pull down and two hooks there, which you can carry 5 kilograms worth of luggage on there. So I mean, if it's me, it's going to be my curries on the way home, but that's just me. And we can fold down the rear seats, pulling on these yellow toggles on there as well. Let's just close down the boot for now. What I want to do now is take you inside the car, and I want to show off some of the finer details that Jaguar put throughout the XF. It's absolutely beautiful. Now, if you currently or already have been reading up on the Jaguar range, you'll know that there's a couple of things that we're really well known for. One is the drive, the sort of the sporty pedigree, but with the comfort and luxury that we've got inside the car. And two is those tiny finer details that all add up. So I want to try and sort of express them in this video. Yeah, let's take a look inside. So as you can see, the first thing we're greeted with when we open the door is that gorgeous illuminated Jaguar kick plate there, that really nice cool blue. And then as we get in, I mean, those seats are absolutely beautiful. We've got the twin stitched black perforated full leather seats. Now I am going to show you in a little bit more detail about some of the features, but one of the key details to this is that cricket ball triple stitched effect that we've got on there. It's replicated through the gear shifter, which I'm going to show you in a second, and you can see that beautiful Jaguar embossed lever there. So the first impression of getting inside of the car is absolutely gorgeous. But look at that dashboard. I mean, it's got that horizontal sort of widened effect that's carried on the exterior, the front and the back of the car, and we've got the beautiful LCD full colour driver's screen. What I want to do before we get in the car is I want to just point out one of these finer details that I've spotted as we're filming. So you'll notice just at the side here, we've got some Jaguar branding there. They established in 1935 Coventry branding, which Jaguar have carried on throughout the car. It's on the seats, it's on the dashboard. I just think it's one of those tiny finer little details that really make it feel like it's something special, because it's a great brand, it's a great British brand, and we should shout about it. All right, let's take a look at the infotainment system. So before we do anything, I just want to start the engine. Now, before I do it, I just want to point out the button there. It's beautiful. It pulses red. It sort of screams that Jaguar sort of racing heritage there. But the button's recessed into this solid metal piece. It's a work of art. It's absolutely beautiful. So foot on the brake, and then we're going to hit that button there, so you can see when I'm doing it, the steering wheel lowers into position, the seat goes into its position, because this one does have the memory function, and we've got that LCD screen with the map showing on there. But the main reason I've started the car is because I want to show you this Pivi Pro system. It's Jaguar's latest infotainment system, and it's absolutely incredible. It really is. So starting off with the design of the screen, I mean, it's an 11.4 inch HD curved glass touch screen. It's beautiful. It's a real work of art, that. But the system itself is really responsive, really intuitive, and really quick to use. You know, I can really sort of give it some, and it's keeping up with me. One of the reasons behind that is it has its own separate power source that it just feeds this system so that it's ready for when you get in the car. Now, we can connect our phones. We've got Bluetooth, we've got voice control, we've got Apple CarPlay, and we've got Android Auto. So essentially you can use this screen through your phone's voice control system, and you could press the button and say, what's the traffic like in, I don't know, Manchester or wherever it is that you're traveling, or what's the weather like, and see if you need to take your brolly with you. And because it's using Apple's and Android system, it's really quick, because that's what they do best. That's their thing, is, you know, mobile technology. So why not let them do it? It's absolutely fantastic. You can see here we've got an energy impact screen, so it's actually letting me know how much energy we're using from the car through various different features. So if I was to turn on the air conditioning, you can see there it's using up some of the energy there. Or shall we put the heated front windscreen on, which by the way is one of the best inventions for cars, especially in this time of year. Okay, and then we'll turn those off. There we go. So back to the home screen, we've got our media system. So we've got AM, FM, DAB radio, we've got USBs, we've got the Bluetooth. It's absolutely everything. But one really cool feature about this car is it has that 360-degree augmented reality system. So you remember at the start of the video I pointed out the camera at the front, the camera at the back, and we've got the cameras in the wing mirrors. They all talk to each other using this system here. Okay, and you can see there, so it replicates the car using augmented reality. So we've got a full aerial view of the car. Now you'll notice those absolutely stunning gloss black alloys. The one thing we don't want to do is catch them, so we can actually zoom in onto the wheel there. So if you've got a high curb, or you know, the little one's left his bike outside or something like that, and you don't want to catch the alloys, you can see where you're going, and you can move this system around, look all around it, which I think is genius. It's actually something that would prove really handy day to day, because the one thing you don't want to do is catch this car. It's absolutely beautiful. So far we've discussed some of the phone technology, the energy impacts, and the media system, but you can actually tailor the screen using this button here and add your own features there, so you can have your own sort of tailored screen really. But you can see it's just swiping like a smartphone. Absolutely incredible. It's a really good system. Now, moving on from the Pivi Pro, just below we've got the dual zone climate control. Now, one feature I wanted to mention on these is these multi-function dials. They're absolutely brilliant, because what they've done is they've managed to clear up what would have been a big cluster of buttons, because they do lots of different features. So as I've pulled it, when I twist it, that's my fan speed. If I push it, that's my temperature. Yeah, push it again, I've got my heated seat on. Yeah, so there's 3 different, you know, functions it can do just off this one dial alone. But these are all touchscreen with haptic feedback. So as I press a button, you can feel it click slightly, like you would on you know, your smartphone button. And then it obviously illuminates and switches off there. And again, we've got more of that heritage there. We've got that Jaguar Coventry branding on there, which I think is a really lovely touch. All right, moving on from the centre, just over to the steering wheel. I mean, look at that, it's absolutely gorgeous. We've got these full solid machined alloy gear selectors there, and we've got this perforated leather inner section, which is sort of shaped. So, I mean, as we spoke earlier, the car is well known for its handling capabilities, but being sat behind this steering wheel, it really makes you feel like you want to really enjoy the drive of the car. I think it's absolutely beautiful. And this lovely silver finish with the gloss black trim replicates the outside of the car in this particular one. It really sort of marries up really well. Now, when I open this door, I don't know if you can see there, we've got this Meridian surround system on here. It's a brilliant sound system. Meridian have been making sound systems for Jaguar Land Rover for years. They're absolutely incredible. Got some really deep basses and some crisp high notes on there. I'm not going to turn this radio up because I don't think the video would do it justice, but I'll tell you from me, it's absolutely stunning. All right, let's take a look inside the back of the car. Here we are, so take a look inside the back of this car. It's absolutely stunning. One real selling point, in my opinion, is these seats. We've got this gorgeous perforated leather seats there, but they are ever so slightly sculpted with this beautiful leather bolster there. So as you get inside the car, you kind of just relax back into it. But look at all that room. I'm 5'10", and you can see I've got loads of knee room. In fact, this car is the best in class for its knee room. And I've got loads of headroom as well, and it's a really comfy car to sit in. Now, obviously, being a safe modern car, we've got the ISOFIX points on the outer seats, and we've got a nice little armrest with twin cup holders on there. Now, a lot of the smaller, finer details that I keep mentioning, they're carried on throughout the back of this car. So during the door, I don't know if you can just about see it, but we've got an illuminated door handle there. We've got this gorgeous red ambient lighting glowing just on there with the Meridian branding on there. So when you're sitting there with the chrome trim, the twin stitching, you sort of relax back into it with the Jaguar branded vents on there. It's a beautiful cabin to sit in, but looking at these front seats, you can see it's still got that sporting pedigree. Right, so it's an absolutely beautiful car to sit in. And obviously the black roof lining really gives it that sporting theme as well. So in terms of the back, it's absolutely gorgeous, with ample room, and a lot of those Jaguar really nice finer touches. It's a beautiful car to be sat in. So this mirror here, as you can see, I'm sat in the back in the middle there. Now, to any other driver, you can see I'm taking up quite a bit of the visibility. No jokes about the size of my head, by the way. So one really clever feature that this car has is the clear view mirror system. Now, as I've said, I'm in the way now. What we can do is we've got this very clever switch on the mirror there. If we just give that a flick, it uses a camera system on the roof of the car to bypass any passengers at the back that we can still see. So if you've got lots of luggage or any larger passengers that are sat in the back, you can still see, but you can adjust that mirror as well using the buttons underneath. You can adjust its brightness and its position. It's absolutely genius, yet really simple. In conclusion, the car is an absolutely stunning looking car from the outside. It's got some really mean styling cues, being the R-Dynamic with those beautiful wheels on there. Arguably on the inside, it's an incredibly well-spec'd car with that amazing Pivot Pro system, the 360-degree surround camera system, the clear view camera system on there. So in terms of styling, it's beautiful. In terms of being technologically capable, it's second to none. We've got plenty of room in the back, and there's loads of really nice key Jaguar branding elements. So what I want to do is have one final walk around the car, just to give you a bit more of a view of the outside before we sign off. All right. So if you'd like to know a little bit more about this absolutely gorgeous example of a Jaguar XF, my contact details are going to be at the end of this video. Thanks for watching.